Global warming refers to the increase in Earth's average surface temperature due to rising levels of greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide and methane, which trap heat in the atmosphere. These gases are primarily released through human activities, such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. Climate change encompasses global warming, but it also includes the broader range of changes that are happening to our planet. These include changes in precipitation patterns, increases in the frequency of extreme weather events, and changes in wildlife populations and habitats. While global warming specifically refers to the Earth's rising surface temperature, climate change includes global warming as one of its aspects, but is a wider term that covers changes in the overall climate system.
Repeat again.
Global warming refers to the increase in Earth's average surface temperature due to rising levels of greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide and methane, which trap heat in the atmosphere. These gases are primarily released through human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. Climate change encompasses global warming, but it also includes the broader range of changes that are happening to our planet. These include changes in precipitation patterns, increases in the frequency of extreme weather events, and changes in wildlife populations and habitats. While global warming specifically refers to the Earth's rising surface temperature, climate change includes global warming as one of its aspects, but is a wider term that covers changes in the overall climate system.
Explain climate change.
Climate change refers to significant and lasting changes in the statistical distribution of weather patterns over periods ranging from decades to millions of years. It can manifest as changes in average weather conditions or in the distribution of weather around the average conditions, i.e., more or fewer extreme weather events. It is caused by factors such as biotic processes, variations in solar radiation received by Earth, plate tectonics, and volcanic eruptions. However, since the 20th century, human activities have been the dominant cause of climate change, primarily due to burning fossil fuels, which increases heat-trapping greenhouse gas levels in the Earth's atmosphere, changing the climate. The effects of climate change include warming temperatures, changes in precipitation patterns, increased frequency of extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and disruptions to ecosystems and wildlife. These changes can affect water supply, agriculture, human health, and can increase the frequency and intensity of natural disasters such as floods, hurricanes, and droughts.
What are the greenhouse gases? Explain it in 100 words.
Greenhouse gases are gases in Earth's atmosphere that trap heat. They let sunlight in, but prevent some of the heat that the sunlight brings from leaving the atmosphere. The main greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, CO2, methane, CH4, nitrous oxide, N2O, and fluorinated gases. Carbon dioxide, produced mainly by burning fossil fuels and deforestation, is the largest contributor to global warming. Methane, emitted during the production and transport of coal, oil, and natural gas, as well as by livestock, is more potent than CO2 but less abundant. Nitrous oxide, from agricultural and industrial activities, and fluorinated gases, used in air conditioning, also trap heat but are emitted in smaller quantities.
What is deforestation?
Deforestation refers to the clearing, destroying, or otherwise removal of forests where the land is thereafter converted to a non-forest use. Common reasons for deforestation include farming, ranching, and urban development. This process has significant impacts on the environment, such as loss of biodiversity, disruption of water cycles, increased soil erosion, and a contribution to climate change through the release of stored carbon dioxide when trees are cut down or burned. Deforestation is a major concern globally because of its adverse effects on the natural world and its role in contributing to global warming.
How can we control global warming?
Controlling global warming involves a multifaceted approach that addresses the root causes and mitigates the effects. Here are some key strategies. 1. Reduce fossil fuel use. Transitioning to renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric can significantly reduce carbon dioxide emissions. 2. Enhance energy efficiency. Improving the efficiency of buildings, vehicles, and industries can lower energy consumption and emissions. 3. Expand reforestation. Planting more trees helps absorb CO2 from the atmosphere, counteracting the effects of emissions. 4. Promote sustainable agriculture. Techniques that reduce methane emissions from livestock and rice paddies and capturing carbon in soil through improved farming practices can have a positive impact. 5. Develop carbon capture technologies. Advancements in technology to capture and store carbon dioxide from the atmosphere or directly from emission sources can help reduce overall greenhouse gas levels. 6. Legislation and policy. Governments can create incentives for carbon reduction and enforce regulations limiting emissions from industrial activities. 7. Raise awareness and educate. Educating the public on the impacts of climate change and how to reduce personal carbon footprints can drive community and individual action. These actions require global cooperation and commitment at every level of society to effectively combat global warming.
How can I fight as an Indian with global warming?
It seems like there might have been a small mix-up in your question. Perhaps you meant global warming instead of global bombing? Assuming you're asking about combating global warming, here are some ways you can contribute as an individual in India. 1. Reduce energy consumption. Switch to energy-efficient appliances and light bulbs. Use fans instead of air conditioning when possible, and turn off electronics when not in use. 2. Use public transport. Opt for public transport, carpooling, biking, or walking instead of driving solo. This reduces carbon emissions significantly. 3. Support renewable energy. If possible, invest in solar panels for your home or choose a green energy provider to reduce reliance on fossil fuels. 4. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Minimize waste by reducing consumption, reusing items, and recycling materials like paper, plastic, and metal. 5. Conserve water. Water conservation helps reduce the energy used in pumping, heating, and treating water. 6. Plant trees. Engage in or support tree planting initiatives. Trees absorb CO2 and help mitigate climate change. 7. Educate others. Raise awareness about the importance of climate action among your community and encourage collective efforts to reduce emissions. 8. Support policies and leaders. Advocate for and support policies and leaders that prioritize sustainability and aggressive climate action. Every small action contributes to a larger effort in combating climate change.
How can water conservation can play a significant role in controlling global warming?
Water conservation plays a significant role in controlling global warming through several key mechanisms. 1. Reducing energy use. A lot of energy is used in pumping, treating, and heating water for domestic, agricultural, and industrial purposes. By conserving water, we reduce the demand for energy, which in turn decreases the burning of fossil fuels and the emission of greenhouse gases. 2. Protecting ecosystems. Healthy wetlands and forests help regulate the Earth's temperature and maintain the carbon cycle. Conserving water helps preserve these ecosystems, which are crucial for absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. 3. Improving soil health. Efficient water use in agriculture can lead to better soil health.
What is the difference in season and climate?
Seasons and climate are related but distinct concepts. 1. Seasons. Seasons are short-term periods within a year characterized by specific weather conditions. These changes are primarily driven by the tilt of the Earth's axis and its orbit around the Sun, leading to variations in solar radiation and temperature. Most places experience 4 main seasons: spring, summer, autumn or fall, and winter, each with its own typical weather patterns and daylight hours. 2. Climate. Climate, on the other hand, refers to the long-term average of weather conditions in a particular area over a significant span of time, typically over 30 years or more. It includes temperature, humidity, atmospheric pressure, wind, rainfall, and other meteorological elements in a given region. Climate tells us what the weather patterns are typically like in a region, helping to predict what to expect seasonally, but over much longer scales. In summary, seasons are the short-term cycles of weather we experience annually, while climate is the average of all these weather events over decades, providing a broader perspective on an area's typical weather patterns.
What is the difference among season, atmosphere, and climate?
The terms season, atmosphere, and climate all relate to Earth's environment but describe very different concepts. 1. Seasons. Seasons are divisions of the year marked by changes in weather, ecology, and daylight hours, resulting from the Earth's changing position with regard to the sun. Most regions experience four primary seasons: spring, summer, fall, autumn, and winter, each characterized by different weather patterns and temperatures. 2. Atmosphere. The atmosphere is the layer of gases surrounding Earth held in place by gravity. It's composed of layers including the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere, each with distinct characteristics. The atmosphere plays a critical role in protecting life on Earth by absorbing ultraviolet solar radiation, warming the surface through heat retention, greenhouse effect, and reducing temperature extremes between day and night. 3. Climate. Climate refers to the long-term patterns of weather in a particular area based on statistics collected over many decades. It includes the average and variations of weather conditions like temperature, humidity, atmospheric pressure, wind, precipitation, and other meteorological elements in a given area. So while seasons are short-term periods characterized by specific weather patterns, the atmosphere is the protective gas layer surrounding the planet, and climate is the long-term average of weather conditions in a particular region.